Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Kansas Motor Speedway for the regular season finale. It's race number 33 on the season, technically 34 because Pukica had two races. Um, so yeah, 67 laps of action here in the NAMAR Mountain Dew Code Red Series. There's only one playoff spot left for grabs, and the guy holding it is on the pole, Joshua Ciculli, getting the coin flip over Alan Cavanero. I'm joined in the booth for the first time in about 3 months with my good buddy Charles Sandfer.
Howdy.
Thanks for being here with me in Kansas. Hopefully no
No
tornadoes.
problem. We weren't that far away, so
Yeah, no
town was almost in
tornadoes.
the area. So yeah, no tornadoes, thankfully.
All right, so we're here at Kansas, 67 laps. Ciculli, like I said, he won his heat race on fuel strategy. Only him and 7 other drivers stayed out on fuel for 14 laps. Same thing kind of happened in Heat 2, except only 6 drivers came down pit road. Matthew Logan and Seth Cole barely made the race as they elected to come to pit road. But like I said, Ciculli got the toss over Cavi. We've got the regular season points battle as well between 4 drivers. 2 of those drivers in row 2, Matthew Logan and Audra Baran-Oscus. Logan comes in with the points lead, 12 points over Baran-Oscus. Lightning 19 back of Logan, and Andrew Rich 28 points back. Lightning is in row 3 with Nico Tringali, and Andrew Rich starts 14th. Eli Bright, Adam Flickinger, row 4 with Johnny Gardner, who has missed the last 2 races, in row 5 with Bobo Jones. Now, Charles, Heat 1, we had an accident at the back of the field. It's one of those typical Kansas wrecks where someone's in the apron in the tri-oval, and they just come into turn 1 and they hit the apron, they come back up and wreck. There's 40 cars on the track now, so I'm hoping it doesn't happen in the middle of the field.
Drivers will just have to use their heads then.
Yeah, they will. 67 laps at Kansas is a long race, longer than what we had at Vegas. So before we get into it, here's the command.
Are you ready? Gentlemen, start your engines!
Command has been given. This is also, after tonight, will be the final time teams receive performance upgrades for the final 13 races of the season. So any playoff drivers who have barely made their way in, such as the 23 of Marty Johnson, who comes into this race 26th in the points, officially locked in since Hudson and Watson below him missed out on the race. He's locked in, so he makes driver 19. So now we just wait to see if it's going to be Ciculli or Ozkan getting in on points, a 16-point difference between those two, or if it will be one of the 8 drivers, one of the 8 drivers looking to make it in with a win, and that includes outside pole sitter Alan Cavanero, who, despite his Joe Gibbs Racing teammates' performances, has not performed well. Included with him is Casey Nanako, Ozkan's teammate, Zachary Fitzwater Sr. and his teammate Corey Riggs, James Ellison's teammate Cole Deaver, and Roush teammates to Nico Tringali, Adam Flickinger, Jesse Turner, and then solo team operator Quinton Moore, as the green flag is out and Cavanero does not go.
Uh, might have been strategy. I don't know. That definitely not the best of starts. Definitely not what you would have liked to, and can't even get to the inside line there either.
Now Cavanero won a heat race back at ISM. He started second, ended up falling through the field and blew a motor with about 10 to go. So hopefully that doesn't happen here tonight at Kansas. From what
It'd
I
be
saw,
interesting to watch all the differing objectives, I guess actually would be the right word tonight, with this being the final race before the reset basically. So
yeah, and from what I saw in the heat races, the turns 1 and 2, you definitely want to be on the bottom. But in 3 and 4,
already 3 wide back there.
yeah, they're 3 wide back there. In 3 and 4, the top is preferred line. As we watch, see, Bright seems to have a better car, but you can see Cavi's actually holding pretty well.
Yep, unfortunately not gonna get a good enough run though to stay alongside the 88. So
Yeah, I think
someone's
Cavi.
on the apron already.
Oh no, and the yellow lights are on.
I saw someone on the apron on the front stretch. I don't know if that was directly tied to the caution.
Oh, they're on. Oh my gosh,
Oh
yep.
my!
Jesse Turner's chase bid is over. I can
So
slash
I
that
guess that
name.
answers that question of whether or not that was directly tied to it.
And that was early, like that was in the trial. Oh man, this looks like some oh man, this happened like this happened so early that like these guys already took the yellow.
Yeah, we have people that already took it, some people that didn't, so.
Someone's out here smoking. Oh, it's Dale Lightning.
Oh,
Fighting for the regular season title. No 5 bonus points for you, sir. Your car is toast.
you lose!
Oh, and Quinton Moore, who needed to get
Oh,
in on a win, is destroyed.
well,
Wyatt
someone's gonna miss
Anderson.
chance.
Oh, wow. Enzo Nareza, who's locked in on points, is destroyed. Samet Oskin, it looks like, made it through with no damage.
Car looks clean, yeah.
And then Jesse Turner is destroyed. And, oh, man, Lightning's going to get in the way of Baran Oskus getting on the pit road. We're under yellow.
Well, maybe not, because 21's going way slow down back there. He's not even getting held up by the 5 yet.
It was going to be either Ciculli or Logan leading the field to the restart, but let's take a look at what brought out the yellow. All right, here we are. We're looking at the accident. It started with Dale Lightning encasing the Nanako. Nanako makes a move a little late. Lightning gets in the wall. And
almost looks like he had to just adjust for him and just didn't have the room.
Yeah, Lightning gets turned down in the Jackson King. Brian Tremblay with nowhere to go in the 45.
And the 5 just can't hold it down on the bottom, slides right back up the track.
Jesse Turner, Marty Johnson, nowhere to go. There's Nareza hitting the 45. Quinton Moore, nowhere to go. We saw Sorlin make contact earlier. Martin Wild's in it. There's
the
Anderson,
55.
Rowe,
We saw him
Fernandez.
retired, so.
Brommer was around. Oskin might have got some front end damage. Huge crash in the tri-oval.
And one of the complications is at that point, they're already taking the yellow, and so they're kind of getting stuck trying to sort themselves out, and they're also having to avoid the wreck at the same time.
Yeah, Baco Magora's got a lot of front end damage. Huge crash in the tri-oval. It's been a long time since I've seen a wreck in the tri-oval at Kansas. It's usually in turn 1 or in going into turn 3. So that's a huge wreck. That'll take Lightning out of regular season title contention, and it takes Quinton Moore and Jesse Turner out of a shot at winning this race and making the playoffs. And with that, we'll take you to the race restart. We're back here at Kansas. That'll be 60 to go. Everyone should have to pit one more time. We've got a little bit of strategy occurring here under this yellow. Eli Bright, Johnny Gardner, and Dylan Young all electing to take right side tires only. They'll restart as the top 3. Ciculli will be 4th, Logan 5th, Baranowski 6th, Braxton 7th, Ellison 8th, Cavanero 9th, and Commons, your top 10. Officially out of the race. Marty Johnson, good thing 2 people missed this race. He's now locked in because he would have had to finish 34th to be a surefire thing if those guys were in this race.
Close.
But he's locked in regardless. Lightning out of the race. Turner, Nareza, Moore, Anderson. So Turner and Moore had to win this race to make the playoffs. So that leaves us to 6 must-win drivers. But Eli Bright will take us to the green. Eli won his only race of the season back at Atlanta. And in a funny statistical fact, he's the only junior motorsports driver without 2 wins.
Really? Okay, yeah.
And
As
Dylan
that high side working there for turn 4.
Dylan could not get it to stick, and we are 3 wide. Oh, man.
Baranowski's deciding to go for it.
Baranowskis wants that regular season title, and she knows she's got 12 points to make up on Logan, and she's gaining a lot right there. Logan falling backwards. I don't think we're done wrecking. They're still pretty feisty up here.
No, they definitely aren't. There's still 60 laps to go. Plus, as things get towards the end, I think action's going to pick up a little bit more then. 93 flirting with that apron. Oh, boy.
Yeah, Logan
Oh.
in the wall. I think that's going to be a common theme coming out of turn 4 if you're 3 wide.
Looks clean still. I mean, doesn't look that bad cosmetically. So
So he gets back down. He falls all the way down to 16th.
and he's battling with one of our must-win drivers there, the 93.
Yes, indeed. We go back to the front, and Johnny Gardner is trying to take the lead away from Eli Bright, and a ton of fresh tire cars with 4 fresh tires are right behind them.
Yep, definitely looks like the 4 tires way to go as Baranowskis threw it in there and Gardner wanted to block.
And she'll take the lead. She's looking for win number 3. And with where Logan's running, she'd get another 5 bonus points for the playoffs as the regular season champion.
Always crucial there, so that would be a good thing for her to be able to win.
Hunter Braxton, though, is looking for that lead. A fun fact, Charles, these two have won heat races in the same weekend 3 times. So they've been on the front row together 3 times. I believe it's 3.
They've gotten a chance to know each other quite well then over the course of the season.
They did it at Nazareth, and Braxton won the coin flip. They also did it at Burlington. Braxton won that flip too.
And
Actually, that's it.
Did not win the
So that was it. That was just 2 times actually. My mistake. My mistake. Actually,
Baranowskis definitely wanted to try and come out on top of Braxton here if she can. So.
Well, if you look at the main event wins, they're even at 2. Baranowskis has won at Trenton and Watkins Glen, while Braxton has won at Rockingham and Las Vegas. And because I was away from the keyboard, I did not realize the lead that was being accumulated. Right now, though, with the playoffs, the way things are running, Ciculli in 3rd, Ozkan clearly nowhere near the front, is down in 26th. As it looks like the damaged cars are Magora in the 54, Wild in the 76, and Tremblay in the 45. Let's see the extent of their damage. All the panels are on these cars.
That's always a good. Well, I mean.
Well, he's doing better than they are, so that says something.
Yeah.
Alexander Rose back end is.
Back end.
Yep, and then back here, Cole Deaver, must-win driver, not having a good night.
No, definitely they missed on the setup there. So.
I think they have hood damage too. I see a little hood damage. That could be impacting his car. It's such a tough break for Deaver because he has had a few good runs this season, and meanwhile teammate James Ellison has won twice and done substantially better, as someone's blown up.
Oh, who is it?
Oh!
Oh no!
Ciculli has lost the motor.
Championship implications.
Ciculli has been on such a hot streak since Auto Club, and when it counts the most at Kansas, his
From
engine
3rd position too.
His engine lets go, so that's
checkmate to Ozkan.
It depends where he finishes, because Ciculli will finish 34th. He led some laps because he was leading.
Ozkan now controls his own destiny, that's for sure.
So Ozkan to tie it would have to finish 17th. And I'm trying to see what the tiebreaker is. The tiebreaker goes to Ciculli hands down, because Ciculli has 6 top 5s and 10 top 10s to Ozkan's 2 and 7.
So where's the 22 running on track? That's
21st. He's in 21st right now.
So he still needs to pick up 4 more spots.
But is he gaining those spots? It looks like he is. He's racing Sorlin for 20th right now. You've got Eli Bright on 4-lap old left side.
What we believe to be 20th.
It's 20th. Okay. So it's 20th right there for Ozkan. Bright's got 2-lap old, 3-lap old left side tires. That'll be for 19th. And then
he's going to be battling about the 11, I think, there.
So here's the thing. If he gets to 19th and he doesn't let anyone else buy him, Dylan Young and Gardner are eventual drivers to pass because they are on older left side tires. So if he gets to them both, that would give him 17th, but he would need one more
Oh, and
position.
Gardner nearly got turned.
Well, Braxton's dominating this race. Branoska's second. Seth Cole third. Oh man, how about one of our must-win drivers, Casey Nanako's in fourth place after dumping Dale Lightning, even though Lightning got in the wall first. But
And that
Nanako
would be
knows.
another wild card too, because if one of the must-wins wins, then Ozkan's SOL anyway.
Right, and how good would it be if it was your teammate? Nanako actually came really close to winning at St. Joltis. So
I'm sure Penske would not mind one bit if it was the 12 or the 22.
well, if Nanaka won at St. Joltis, you wouldn't even have to worry, but because he's in a must-win situation, you do. But
like I said, if you're the team owner, which is Penske, I don't think he's gonna mind either way. He gets one driver in no matter what.
man, he's flying right now.
Yep.
We're looking at the fastest lap. Goes to Adam Flickinger. It's kind of surprising. Braxton leading is second. No shock there. Nanako's time is 7th, and he's been mostly in traffic. So we'll take a quick break. Andrew Rich has moved up to 4th. Ooh, he might use that high side. But we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back in a few laps. Welcome back to Kansas Motor Speedway. Hunter Braxton still your race leader. Seth Cole second. Casey Nanako third. Audra Baranowskis fourth. And Andrew Rich rounds out your top 5. I'm still here in the booth with Charles Sandfer. And man, Charles, what a game changer Joshua Ciculli's failure has done. It's put him in 34th. He led a lap. It helps him a little bit, but with Samet Ozkan in the position he needs to be to make it in on points, what can you just sitting there hoping, praying that he doesn't get it?
I mean, if you're Josh Ciculli, you don't want to see a driver have problems, but obviously he definitely wants to see Ozkan not finish this race. Realistically, I mean, he wants to see something, just fall back something there, and he's, as you mentioned, he's just having to pray in that garage area now that what he did over the course of the season is going to be enough, and that Ozkan falls back.
And it's just crazy thinking about that. At one point, Ciculli was about 50 plus points behind Ozkan in the standings. And it's going to come down to just the last race where he gets it all back to make the playoffs.
It's one of the beauties to this type of system sometimes, and unfortunately it's also one of the heartbreaking things about this type of system.
So right now, Ozkan 14th, so he's got 2 positions to the good. Gardner, Young, and Eli Bright, their left sides. The 3-lap difference, man, is just really kicking in. We're about 4 laps from pit stop, so we'll see what happens once those 3 get on 4 fresh tires, if they maybe pass the 22 back. But
it was certainly an interesting call. I applaud the effort of at least trying something, but it didn't quite work out for him, especially for Gardner and the 88 car.
Well, Gardner is the one leading the 3 of them. Bright's right here, and there's Young. And there's a decent gap back to Brommer. Brommer was in the accident, so everyone from 23rd on back has some sort of damage or just therefore lack of performance. Oh, I wonder when these guys are going to get caught. Oh, they're getting close. It's 22 seconds. There's Hunter Braxton still 3 seconds ahead, and Nanako has made it up to second, and
that will add another element to this already dramatic.
Well, you got to catch up 3 seconds. You got to catch Braxton by 3 seconds, and that's going to be tough to do, especially with people on your bumper.
I mean, all it takes is one slip up on pit lane, and then that 3 seconds is gone. So.
Or the terrible trio of lap traffic.
That too.
Catching them in the wrong place.
There's still plenty of things that could happen here.
And we're nearing that pit stop range. Because they had the caution on lap 3, they should pit lap 34 onward and all be good to make it. Heck, they could make it 14 laps on 4X in the heat races. I think they can make it 33 on 2X.
Yeah, probably.
But Braxton continuing to pull
He's
away.
just on cruise control out there.
Yeah. Oh, Baranowski's passed Seth Cole, and Seth Cole passed her right back. Bobo Jones has creeped up here into 7th. Decent gap back to 8th place. Sky Commons 9th is Tringali, and 10th Adam Flickinger, another must-win driver.
Yeah, I guess seeing the Nanako or hearing that Nanako was up there must have lit a fire underneath him or something.
I mean, Cavanero's here in 12th. And man, Ozkan's just flying through the field. He's not catching anybody by any means, but he's caught the back end of Ellison for 13th.
He's definitely got the best car of the people 11th through 20th, it looks like, so.
I think he probably knows too, like, hey, 98, I know I've got, he's got, if I could talk. He's like, I know I got the 4+ seconds on the 3 guys who took right sides only on their yellow, but you know, I want to get as much time on them as I can.
Well, if I'm Ozkan, I'm definitely wanting updates about cars behind me, especially, let's see, definitely the 00 there who's running in that 18th spot, so.
I think Sorlin got some kind of damage. He did hit someone with the front end a little bit in the accident. And even though he's got a really good car, it's clearly hindering him in some capacity.
And not usual that we would see the 00 down that far in the grid on the running order, so.
Yep, Edwin Mendez gonna pass Cole Baker for 16th. And man, Baker's having a pretty good run after missing that accident.
Sometimes that's all it takes for some of the smaller teams. You get a big wreck and then knocks out some of the bigger teams, and all of a sudden you're, hey, I can run in the top 10 today.
Ozkan up to 13th, and it looks like
And
pit
he's
stops.
pitting.
Yep, pit stops are occurring, and he's one of the first ones down.
And leaders had caught some of the lap traffic. I think you're there, the 54 at pit.
I think they did catch some of them. It looks like.
Well, 76 on pit lane.
Oh
too,
wait,
so-
Nanako's got damage. He's got door damage.
It's been run into then.
Contact with a lap car. I wonder if they'll spend the time to fix this.
I think you almost have to if you're the 12. I mean, it's a little bit of extra time, but at the same time, how much time are you going to lose on track with that damage?
Braxton's down. Commons stays out. Flickinger stayed out with him. Logan Jones, Baran all down pit road.
So far, it looks like no incidents, luckily, on pit lane, so.
Yeah, and the 12 is fixing the damage. They're sitting there. That's a really tough break.
So
Oh, and he just
Nanako
got hit.
basic-
Someone just hit him.
Well, that
Oh,
might have
he's
been
moving
Braxton.
now. I think it was Dylan Young, because Young was behind him. But yeah,
Maybe.
Nanako, they spent the time to fix whatever happened, and they lost everything. They lost all their track position.
So
That's a
that's
really
probably
tough
going to
break.
knock him out of any sort of contention tonight. So now it comes down to Adam Flickinger. Can he get up there somehow?
So Commons and Flickinger stayed out an extra lap. I don't know if that's going to help them anything because we don't have a full 34 lap run. There's Seth Cole.
And I was mentioning how you don't want to see someone run out, have any sort of issues, but I would imagine Smet Ozkan definitely not too displeased about any issues for Casey Nanako there, his own teammate.
That's cut down time. So Seth Cole, with whatever strategy he pulled, he's looking for the race lead here on Hunter Braxton, and he'll
He's got
zoom
it.
on by. Yep, no
Wasn't
one
even
else is close.
close.
Yeah, you can see how far back Nanako fell.
It's almost a
I
lap down, if
wonder-
not already a lap
I
down.
wonder if he got that damage and he missed the cone, and it was more so a 30-second penalty than fixing the damage.
It could have been. Who knows?
See, we're waiting for the order to officially reset. Eli Bright is stuck on pit road, as is Sky Commons.
And now the 15, Seth's having to deal with the lap car there.
That's Brian Tremblay, who got second at San Joltas. What a finish for that team that was. So it looks like issues for Bright and Commons. Probably a typical, someone was coming in their stall or coming out and they got stuck.
Could have
Luckily,
easily been. It's not uncommon, at least with
Yeah.
Kansas.
luckily for them, they're both locked into the playoffs.
Braxton actually struggled to get around the 45.
It is turn 3. Right,
True.
where is that 22 car? Oh wow, he's in 4th.
Great pit strategy there for Ozkan. Although, granted, he pit a lap earlier, so we'll have to see if the tires wear down on him a little bit.
So he's up to 4th with that strategy. Andrew Rich is 3rd. Tringali's 5th. Fitzwater, who's in a must-win situation, is 6th, but it looks like he's going to fall backwards. Bishop's looking for that position. Jones is in 8th. Logan's 9th, and going for 10th is Baranauskas.
And she'll grab the spot going in turn 1, so that was pretty handily there. So
now Commons got stuck, but I want to know how far Flickinger fell. Flickinger's 15th. He didn't really lose any positions, but he definitely lost some time.
talking about the 6?
Yeah, the 6 car.
Wasn't he top 10 before the pit stops?
Actually, yeah, he was 10th. So he did lose some positions, but I don't know if he lost a ton of time.
Well, I think, wasn't he one of the ones that also stayed out a lap extra?
Yeah, he stayed 2 laps extra.
So I would imagine he lost some time because it looks like the new tires definitely meant something for drivers. So maybe he'll just come back a little bit more at the end.
19 still on pit road.
Yeah, not quite sure what the issue would have been. Maybe one thing I could think of maybe for the 19, maybe they got hit into the pit and they were too far forward. Now they had to get towed all the way around the track.
Yeah, I think that happened with Eli Bright, but Commons has been on pit road just as long, if not longer. Where is the 88 anyway? Okay, he's on track. He just got back on track.
So that might
And
have
here
been
comes, yep, here comes the
Commons,
19.
so I'd almost imagine it had to have been some sort of towing issue where they had to get towed around the track.
I'm surprised it took 5 full laps.
Well, they do get towed. If it was a towing issue, he gets towed around at the pit road speeds. So.
Oh, right. So, okay, yeah. That explains that.
And it's under green instead of under yellow, so that's going to be like several minutes.
Braxton, I think, is starting to close back in.
Now those newer tires, they're starting to kind of click in for him a little bit.
And Ozkan is starting to dip. Bishop just passed him, or is trying to pass him for 5th place. Yep, Bishop's gone by him. So Bishop up to 4th. Oh, and Ozkan's going to get pinned.
Yeah, he's going to get blocked in behind the 45.
Is he though?
Maybe not. No, yeah, he is.
Him and Bobo Jones are getting held up. Oh, this is...
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
Now he's going to lose 2 positions because the outside in 1 and 2 is terrible.
And lose a third if he's not careful, too, because here comes Fitzwater.
Yep, Fitzwater's going by. Now Jones is getting held up, and that'll put Tringali up to 5th.
Well, Ozkan, I think they knew what they were doing when they pit early. They wanted to get out there and get some of the spots gained, but then knew that they would fall back towards the end of the run.
Oh, that was kind of close.
So as long as Ozkan stays top 17, wasn't it? He's good?
16th on up, and he makes it.
Okay.
17th
is the tie, and then he loses that.
He loses the tie if he's 17th.
Yeah, so definitely he's going to be radioing and trying to get constant updates there.
It's going to be 19 to go. I don't know. Let's see. How many seconds back is he at the line here?
Well, if he can stay in the draft with these guys, I think he'll be fine.
So he's 8.3. 17th is Cole Baker, who's 13 back. So he is 5 seconds back. It's going to be tough to lose 5 seconds in 19 laps.
I think he's got it, but you never know. We'll have to wait and see.
Well, lap traffic can play a huge role in that. I haven't really talked about it, but looking at the battle for the regular season title.
Well, we kind of lost that a little bit there when one of our drivers fell out of it.
All right, so Baranauskas is 10th. So she's behind Logan. And Andrew
Rich had to make up too much ground, didn't he?
Andrew Rich has to make up 28 points. So where he's running right now, he's making up 8 points.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
I mean, he needs the 9 to be like outside the top 10, probably even outside the top 15.
Yeah, so right now it looks like it'll still be Matthew Logan unless something crazy happens.
Which, to be fair, it already has this race. We didn't expect Joshua Ciculli to blow up out of third. So.
Oh, yeah, definitely not. And then Rich is 16 points behind Baranauskas, so if the Logan did fall out, he would need her to fall, or he would need to get up to the lead. but he's pretty far back of his teammate.
Yeah, it's definitely a 2-horse race up at the front.
Yeah, Braxton, I'm surprised, has not closed in on Seth Cole because Seth pit a lap before him.
Maybe it could be that's just balanced out that little bit already. Who knows? I mean, they both should have taken 4 tires, I would imagine.
It looked like he was gaining at one point. It was down to 0.6 of a second, but now it is increasing once again.
Which would lead me to believe that, yeah, the tires probably just balanced out for Braxton here, so.
See, Ozkan still in 8th. Good run for
I think he's been able
Fitzwater.
to find something good there, so.
Yeah, good run for Fitzwater nonetheless, even if he doesn't win. He's top 10 by 3 seconds, 4 seconds over Edwin Mendez. So I don't think they're going to catch. There's a lot of cars back there from 11th to 18th.
More lap traffic for the 15.
Yes, indeed, Jackson King. That'll make it 27 on the lead lap. Oh, and 3 and 4. Nope, he cleared him in time.
Yes, he did. And, oh, man.
And what a heartbreak for Nanako. That door damage they wanted to fix, and it really killed him.
Collapsed Nanako. Yeah.
He was 3 seconds back, and it took 19 seconds, along with all the traffic and getting on and off pit road. It took 19 total seconds.
Caused him to be stuck in pit lane, yeah.
I think it was just the fixing of the door damage, because that was some pretty severe door damage. He is trying to gain some spots back. He's running faster than these guys. Yeah, oh yeah, he's killing them.
Well, because with it just being door damage, since they took time to fix it, he should be up to speed easily, so.
Remember, Eli Bright and Sky Commons are 5 laps down, and that means they have 5 lap fresher tires. They might dice some of this stuff up a little bit.
Well, it depends on how good the 88's car is. I mean, we saw on 2 tires, he just could not keep up with any of them.
Man, Commons is just trying to, like, not run these people over.
He's being respectful about it. He knows he's quicker, but also knows he's not fighting him either, so.
How about Adam Flickinger, the freshest tires of anyone who pit and is still in contention? He's up to 12th. Actually, no, he just got Gardner for 11th, so he's up to 11th. But there's not a lot of time left.
Though, that's the problem.
He would need a yellow flag, and then even then, I don't know how well he would do because there's so many lap cars in the way. See Kigali.
Brown here and 0.
That's Jones in the 0 and Logan in the 9. That's for 5th.
I mean, still some pride in all of these battles. So.
There was a change for position up here. RJ Bishop has made it by Andrew Rich for 3rd.
That's even hurting Rich's chances of getting up to the points lead anyway, so.
Now, right now, he would need Baran-Oscas and Logan to have a mechanical problem. But
yeah,
we're
definitely that one car not going to be on winning potential today.
No, not tonight. We're down to 9 to go.
And Seth continues to stretch out that lead.
Now, Seth won his first race of the season at Cape Cod, and he got his second win back at Armory Digital. So he's going to get an intermediate win here before the playoffs begin. By the way, that playoff schedule, 3-4 race rounds, and of course the final 5 solo race. But round 1 is Iowa, Road America, Chicagoland, and Gateway. Round 2 is the Springfield Dirt Track with Michigan, Indianapolis, and Charlotte. Round 3 is kind of probably the weirdest of them all. It's Darlington, Daytona, Homestead, and Pensacola. And then the regular season, the season finale is at Texas.
We're going to have 2 regular season finales? Oh, boy.
Yeah. Championship finale at Texas. Final 5 drivers will be in that.
As there are 7 laps to go now for Seth Cole.
Lead continues to stretch. I think Bishop's actually closing in.
Definitely looks.
Oh yeah,
like
he's closing in about a 10th a lap, but it's too little, too late.
I mean, he's within 6/10 now of. Or no, never mind. It's the one that's 6/10 now. That's okay. Yeah, he's gonna. Yeah, he'd have to almost close in half a second a lap.
It might be close for Samet Ozkan.
I mean, he's still top 10. I'm not gonna be worrying about him just yet. He's falling off to 39 though, that's for sure.
Oh, here comes 5 lap down, man. Sky Commons.
And he's probably one of Adam Flickinger's best friends right now.
Eli Bright's coming up here too. So if they put him to the top and then everyone else gets to the top. Oh, wait.
Don't. I was gonna say, don't tell me they're pitting again.
It looked like they were going to because Commons was holding to the
Oh!
top.
What are you doing, Ozkan? Gotta know the battles there. That was not a smart block.
It looked like Commons was like moving high, like really early in entry. So I thought Ozkan maybe had his hand out the window. So Commons gets by. It doesn't really hurt Ozkan. I think Flickinger's going to get him for 9th. We're down to 4 to go though.
But
Caution
Eli
flag
Bright
now
might
would end the
actually
race.
pass this.
This might
Eli
get
Bright might
this
not.
might get crazy. Oh no.
Looks like Eli Bright's
All
gonna
right.
pass the 6 before the.
Oh no! He put him in the wall! He just put him in the wall! Adam Flickinger just put Samet Ozkan in the wall.
Well, that's gonna affect things now.
If he pits, he gives it up.
He can't. There's no way he can pit. He has to stay out there with that damage, and I don't even think it's gonna matter.
He's staying out. 3 laps to go. How
And
much?
Now I'm worried for Ozkan.
Well, how much did that stack up the field? He's still in 10th.
But now here
17th.
comes
No,
Baranowskis.
17th is 4 seconds back. That was really, I was worried they were going to go 3 wide in the trial, and instead Flickinger made a last second decision and he turned the 22 into the wall.
And so Ozkan now on that outside line, but even with the outside line, he's still not getting the run because of that damage.
2 laps to go. He just lost 3 positions. He's down to 12th. Oh, and they're going to go 3 wide in front of him. Nope. Gardner's thought better of it. And Ozkan's still doing pretty good with all that back end damage.
He's going to try and pass Baranowskis. That's not going to work out well. Here comes Flickinger back to the back bumper of the 22.
And Seth Cole with a 2.7 second lead. Bishop got that lead down to 4 seconds.
White flag for Seth Cole.
Yep, we're not worried about him winning his 3rd race of the season. We're worried about this. This right here. I think he's good though.
I think he's going to be able to hang on to it. It's 3 seconds. Or actually 2 seconds.
Now if there was another pit stop, they would fix this damage and they'd be done. But
yeah.
race is over. Seth Cole
He'll
wins.
survive.
Seth Cole wins his 3rd race, and Samet Ozkan is going to make it in.
Blew up.
Who blew up? Someone just blew up. Oh, it was Cavanero.
Cavanero.
Cavanero, 2nd race in a row that he started 2nd that he blows up. He'll fall down to. Oh, he still got 9th.
Crossed 9th.
He still crossed 9th.
I'm kind of curious now what happened there because there's even skid marks on the front straightaway that I didn't think were there before.
Oh, he just parked it on the apron.
Might as well. No point driving it back around.
No, I don't think there were skid marks on the. I think that was from earlier.
Could have been.
Yeah, that was from earlier. There, over there under the scoring monitor.
It looked like there were skid marks farther back though. I don't know. Could have been.
Well, anyway,
Doesn't really matter anyway. He still crossed line 9th.
where's that Destroy 22 car? No, he's already done.
He's already in the garage area.
Alright, whatever.
I think if he had finished worse and had he finished outside 17th or lower, he probably would have had some words for the 6th.
Yeah, now could you imagine if he was running in 16th when that happened? Oh man. That would have been something. If he was 16th and then he lost all those positions then that would have been playoff costing. But Seth Cole gets a victory, man. Bishop was charging late. 3rd place for Bishop. Andrew Rich fourth. Logan will round out the top 5 by a nose over Bobo Jones. Tringali 7th, Fitzwater 8th. Cabanero still gets 9th after blowing up across the start-finish line. And Baranosky is 10th. So Ozkan is our last man in the playoffs on points. And our regular season championship goes to Matthew Logan. 34 races. 20 drivers have been decided. They will duke it out in round 1. After round 1 ends, 5 drivers will be eliminated. If you win, you advance to the round of 2. Heat races will still occur. Chase drivers are all locked in. They're still racing for those front row starting positions, which those will definitely matter at a track like Road America in Iowa. But that will do it here for me at Kansas, here with my good buddy Charles Sandfer in the booth. And I believe
It certainly was something.
Oh, there you are. As Cavanero disappears, you return.
I was still here the entire time. I was letting you do your own.
Alrighty, Gardner first race back after missing 2 races gets 11th. Flickinger and Ozkan, I'm sure there will still be some words. I'm sure Ozkan's probably mad he almost got wrecked out. But yeah, that was wow.
Ciculli probably just all of a sudden thought like, "Hey, I got shot now."
You know, sometimes I wonder if NR listens because Ciculli blows up, or we know what position Ozkan has to finish. Ozkan about gets dumped by someone who's also in a must-win position. And sometimes it's such an amazing coincidence that all this stuff happens in the cutoff race of all things. I mean, I was pretty amazed with St. Joltis last race when Marty Johnson won. But, like, yeah, it's just, man, the storylines, unscripted, man. All right, thank you, Charles, for
It
joining
was a
me.
pleasure anytime.
I'll be joining you in 10 minutes after I refill my water.
Yeah.
And, yeah, that's it for Kansas, and I'll see everyone at Iowa.